What is up, guys? Harrison here for the Nation Gaming channel, and before we go ahead and get down into the nitty-gritty, I want to remind y'all to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so that way you get notified for every time I post a video. But today we are going to talk about pinpoint pitching. It's not going to be one of those normal videos where I show you what cards I got, where I'm going to update you on everything. It's just going to be how it is about pinpoint pitching. And you know, before this year, to be honest, I probably wasn't the best pitcher. I had a lot of outings where I would give up probably 10 runs, and it was really bad. And it wasn't like I was doing bad inputs. Actually, no, it was like I was doing bad inputs. But pinpoint pitching has changed the game. I don't know if it's because I'm probably used to the way the Xbox played back in 2K13, and it's just all coming back to me because I've been on PlayStation for a while. And I also don't know if it's just because the game's made it easier than it maybe looks. But in order to give myself some credibility on pinpoint specifically, I've been using it since the MLB 21 tech test back in March. I was invited, so was everybody. But pinpoint's been one of those things I've been trying to dial down on up until now, because now I feel like I'm really confident with it, especially enough to teach you guys about it. But like I said, nonetheless, I've been working on pinpoint for about a month now, and going from pinpoint back into pure analog and MLB The Show 20 was kind of a missed opportunity. I think it was just a weird situation because I felt like my pitching was a lot better in the 21 tech test than it was in 20. But anyway, to give you guys a little more credibility, I currently have 45 games played online, ranked seasons, battle royale, all of it. I'm currently 19-3 in ranked seasons. I have 4 saves. That's probably somewhat inaccurate. I should have 5 actually, because this is Chapman has 2. Maybe that's ranked seasons. No, anyway, 45 games played, 59.1 innings pitched, 19-3 record, and a 345 and .86 whip. Now, if you guys aren't too baseball savvy, ERA is earned run average, which is how many earned runs a pitcher will give up over a 9-inning span, and whip is walks and hits per innings pitched. So how many base runners a pitcher will give up. So, thing about whip, anything less than 1 is kind of elite. Anything less than 1.2 is elite, I would say. Anything less, or actually 1.2 is probably league average. But ERA, a team ERA, is pretty insane to have at less than 4 earned runs a game. Obviously, there's probably 2 main relievers I use, and you can tell who they are just by looking at the stat sheet here. I got Chapman and Dibble that are probably the least amount of or the most amount of innings, but as you can see, Dibble, yeah, he's a 4 ERA, but he's a .78 whip. Chapman, .45 ERA, .5 whip. I'm just dealing with those guys. Joe Musgrove is another guy who I just am absolutely shredding everybody with. We got 19 wins and 3 losses. You don't do that with bad pitching, So let's go ahead and hop into custom practice and kind of go over all the pitching types, because it's important that y'all know about more than just pinpoint. I want you guys to know about all the options. We're going to go ahead and be the Cardinals. We're going to go, where's alternate road? Alternate road. All those baby blues. We're going to enter into practice mode. Now, custom practice, you can practice anything you want to practice. You can practice pitching, fielding, hitting, anything. And it's really cool because this is something that's kind of new. There's always been some type of practice, but this is the one that's fully customizable this year. And as you can see, we have Flaherty in the mound with Yachty behind the plate, and there is the pinpoint pitching. So before we dive into pinpoint, I want to go ahead and show you everything else. So there's pinpoint, as you guys just saw. Here's meter, which is another timing one. So basically you hit X, motion starts, hit X again, hit it again. There's good timing right there, right down the middle. Perfect. All right, now this is classic. Nothing shows up. You just hold the button until your controller vibrates, and there you go. That's it. Alright, so we have everybody's favorite. It's pure analog, and this is the one that you'll see a lot of the top players use, especially in 20, but I think a lot of those guys are going to start using pinpoint very soon, so mark my words. I think pulse is the last one, which basically you just want to hit the button right now. Well, that's early, so you want to hit the button with the smallest circle it gets. I don't think anyone really uses pulse anymore, but it's a way to complicate things a little bit less. All right, so to the mode of the hour. As you can see, there's I'm going to zoom in on the little circle in front of me right here. So as you can see, there's a circle that moves whenever you move the location of the pitch, and then there's a circle, or there's another little circle that's kind of guiding you on the path on how to throw this pitch. So as you can see, the circle is going down then up, and then down again really fast. So what you want to do is to try to time that up the best you can. If you go too fast, you're going to get known. 32% accuracy, too fast. Go too fast, point too early, nowhere where I wanted it, right? Same thing if I go too slow. That wasn't very slow. I'm not good at being slow. I'm always one to get ahead. But that's a pretty good pitch, I would say. So just here, slow and slow. 26% accuracy, too slow. Circle closes before you even get a chance. It's still going to be in there, but you still don't want that to happen. The other thing to pay attention to is when you start your motion, there's a circle at the top of the zone that you're going to want to pay attention to. You want to get to that, so you want to finish your motion as soon as that circle comes to a close. And the same thing at the bottom. You want to go to the top, and as soon as the circle's closed, fire it down, and there you go. There's your pitch. There's another couple things that you guys got to learn about, especially this year. As you can see, when I choose a different pitch, there's a gray circle. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in. There's a shaded circle that is around the ball. That is where your pitch is going to be if it's perfect. It's going to be around there. You saw it on the slider, but you didn't see it on the fastball. I'm not saying it's not going to happen with every pitcher, but with your primary pitch, it's probably not going to be. The circle's probably not going to be there. Knuckle curve, the circle's a little bigger than it was on the slider. Sinker, it's a little smaller, it's about slider depth. Change up is about the same. That's another thing you want to be kind of aware of. When you're throwing that pitch, you have an idea of where it's going to go. So even though you throw a perfect pitch, it's never really going to end up exactly where you want it. So look, I'm going to try and dot up the corner right here. 94% accuracy. Pretty good on the stick. Wasn't perfect, so it didn't end up where I wanted it. We're going to go and try again. 100% accuracy, right there. That was about probably as close to perfect as I can get. Still the same spot. There's no way you can change this. It just depends on the pitcher's control. Sinker, outer half, 100% accuracy, perfect, right there. Dot on the outside corner. Another thing that you have probably noticed is that every pitch has a different motion that you have to follow. There's slider, there's knuckle curve, there's sinker, and there's changeup. Obviously, the pitcher will change, or the pitch types will change with every pitcher. We're going to switch out to. We're going to go to Wainwright. Come on, man. There we go. So as you can see, Wainwright has a curveball, and it's going to be a different motion, or same motion as the knuckle curve. Curveball is his primary though, so you're probably not going to see that gray shaded circle I was talking about. Yeah, well, you do see it, but as you guys can see, it's very, very tiny. Sinker, same thing, very, very tiny because Wainwright has a lot of control. Cutter is one of the best pitches in this game right now. It's very weird to throw, very weird and short, but if you can dot up cutters in this game, you are going to be absolutely phenomenal. Four-seam fastball again, and then change up again, just same thing. My biggest recommendations as far as pinpoint pitching goes is that you should definitely try this out in Conquest and Road to the Show in the offline modes before you even consider doing it online. In all honesty, this is probably one of the hardest pitching motions to master. If you're on Xbox, you might find it easier just because you're remembering your time when you were, a little kid playing 2K13 and dicing people up with starting pitcher or Aroldis Chapman. I know that's what helped me a lot, just kind of remembering the basic motions and just kind of keeping everything up with timing. I've always been one of those guys when it comes to timing in video games. I'm kind of good at it. And the reason at the beginning of this video that earlier in this video I showed you all the other pitching types is to kind of give you a sense of where you'll feel most comfortable. Again, your pitching success is not guaranteed on how good you do pinpoint. Obviously, I seem to think mine is based off that, so that's why I kind of heavily recommend it because pinpoint has been really kind to me. Like I said, under 4 earned runs per game for my whole staff, and then under a 1 whip for my whole staff. that's the main thing that's been, pretty heavy on my success, is that I think that, with Pinpoint I've become a better pitcher, and therefore, I'm allowing my offense to score more runs because I'm not giving up very many. I mean, obviously everything's going to change. Pitchers are going to be weird, and the game, you're going to mess up and leave a hanger in there. Don't get me wrong. It happens. I've done it a couple times. Luis Castillo gets killed every time I pitch. Haven't used him since his second start because he's been ridiculously bad, but it's just because I'm bad with that pitcher, not because he's bad at the game. But again, I want to reiterate that pitching is, again, the same thing as hitting. It's a comfort thing. It's not going to come, there's not a cookie cutter formula to be good at pitching on MLB The Show. If you get really good at pinpoint, you're going to get really good at dotting up pitchers. It's just how it is. It's not a fact, or it's not opinion. It is a fact. It's been proven that pinpoint is the most rewarding and also the most punishing if you end up failing. But obviously, if you don't fail, you don't have to worry about it. Pinpoint pitching is just one of those things that you're going to have to get used to, and I really think that this is really good for the game because it's a new way to pitch and it's a more accurate way to pitch, especially if you get really, really good at it. All right, so to finish off this pinpoint pitching, we're going to go ahead and put a batter in there. We're going to make the pitcher, we're going to go ahead and finish up with Jordan Hicks against Yoshi Tsutsugo. So as you can see, sinker, 100% accuracy, right around where I wanted it, no complaints about it. Slider, a little bit more inaccurate. I missed the timing because Hicks goes really fast. Like I said, every pitcher has different timing. Hicks doesn't have a windup, so therefore he's going to be a bit tougher to master. And then the four-seam fastball, probably, if you can master the four-seam fastball, you're probably not going to have any issues mastering any other pitch on pinpoint. Sorry, I just got locked in there. But yeah, so as you guys can see, it's pretty effective when I'm on it, and then it's not very effective when I'm on it. I just let the slider hanging down the middle. That's not something you want to do, especially when you start getting good at the game and start seeing those higher level difficulties. All right, so that's all I had for you guys today. Not much else to talk about when it comes to pinpoint pitching, but obviously appreciate the love and support you guys have been giving me. Keep it coming, keep sharing, keep subscribing, keep liking, keep commenting. Comment on what you guys want to see next. I mean, obviously pinpoint pitching is something that's going to be tough and going to be hard to master throughout the year, but if you guys have any hitting tips or anything I can give you, then that'll be something else I can make a video on. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Go ahead and drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.